Hey guys, we are live. So we have a really epic value podcast for you today. I got the three photographers that two of them who I've worked with and one of them which I've heard good things about. So you guys know Justin Harder. He's the guy from the video that I released literally today. He's done a lot of photo shoots for people in PWF. Pretty much everyone seems to be happy with him. Davey, he's kind of more new to the photography scene, but he's also done a good amount of photo shoots. And Crissi, you want to introduce yourself? Because I don't think my audience is as familiar with you.
Yes. Hi, guys. I'm doing dating photography, but I do it in Europe. Basically, I'm located in Warsaw, but most of my clients fly from different countries, just here even from States. So, yeah, nice to meet you.
Cool. All right. So we're going to do a basically the point is that these are all three professional photographers. And once we know what they're doing, so we're going to show you guys how to get good photos. We're going to do case study breakdowns. Take a look at.
It sounded like something broke.
Did your brain just explode, Davey?
Nope, we're good.
Brings back on. All right. So we're going to be, basically we're going to be, we got three of the best professional photographers, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a master class talking about what makes a good photo and how you guys can get better photos. We'll probably take a look at some Tinder accounts, but we're probably going to start off with just the general. So I'm going to pose this question to all of you guys, and you just go like, I guess, one by one or whatever. We can have a discussion with it. What makes a good photo for Tinder?
I think number one, the quality. Number two, how candid the photo is. I think a lot of people post photos that look too posed and that look way too stiff and too try hard. So I think if you can create a photo that's high quality, that looks natural, it looks like it was just captured effortlessly, that's the key to a good photo. And it's also angles. Angles is another big thing. I think angles is one of the biggest components to capturing a good photo.
Yeah, girls have known about this for decades. So many guys that are not familiar with angles and lighting. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, being ideally natural. You want it to come off as natural as possible, just as Justin stated, seamless, effortless. But the other flip side to it is, yes, you can have great body language and be natural, but if you look like you're dressed to go to high school, okay, and you're in your 30s, it's just not going to align with the photo in and of itself. So the best lighting, best angles won't do so well if fashion isn't up to par with one's, how they naturally look, how it complements them.
Crissi?
So basically, I will also speak here from female perspective. So I have both of opinions. For me, it's very important, the fashion. So I agree with David, because sometimes there are cases where I take photos even with mobile phone for my clients, just to make it as candid as possible. But honestly, you can have the best background, but if your clothes are old or you have some holes in that, trust me, I saw everything. You just look like you're not a high value guy. That's it. Girls will not look at you. Why would I look at you? That's it.
And this is why I hired a team of women to help guys with style.
What percentage of guys that come to you do you think need help with fashion, if you had to put a number on it?
90%.
90. Okay, 90% for Davey. What about you, Crissi and Justin?
I feel like every guy needs help with fashion.
But okay, let me rephrase it. I guess everyone can improve, but the guys for whom their fashion is holding them back, where you're like, hey, we're going to be wasting our time with this photo shoot unless you get your fashion fixed.
I would say 95% of guys. I think.
Damn, that's higher than I thought. Is it like that for you too, Crissi?
So, in Eastern Europe, things are really not so good because here the dating industry is it's not like in America or Western Europe. It's coming only right now. So you can still see some funny T-shirts with some cats that guys wearing and stuff, and they're still hoping for something. But yeah, I think 99% of guys here need fashion, unless they're from maybe coming from States or Western European countries. But most of the guys have really no idea. The dating here is very not popular.
Well, yeah, that kind of explains why when I go to Eastern Europe, I get way more matches, and it's way easier to when I go to Poland. I think my matches, I think the last time I was there was 2018. It was a while ago. It was I was getting 5 times more matches. I remember it was so easy. I didn't even really need to use any app besides Tinder because there's just so many matches coming in. So yeah, that kind of I guess the competition is what matters, and the competition is lower. So you think the competition is is harder in America, Crissi, compared to Eastern Europe, right?
Well, I guess so. trust me, if some guy from another country comes here and he has killer photos, like imagine guys taking photos in the mirrors and have weird selfies with their weird t-shirts with the cats and stuff, and imagine guy just with at least one good photo comes, like they're going crazy. That's like when my clients arrive here, they're going crazy and they're like, I'm moving to Poland. Because they see a lot of feminine girls who like really actually very nice to them and not crazy and stuff, and then they actually be nice to these guys. They're like, okay, I'm staying here. So yeah.
Okay, Crissi, here's a question for you. If you're swiping through Tinder in Poland, what percentage of guys have shitty photos?
I don't know. Honestly, I think like 90. That's why I don't want to use Tinder. I would rather meet in real life because I don't feel like I can find anything here for myself.
Yeah, when I've done these experiments, when I've created a profile as a girl, I think it was like right around 90, like 9 out of 10 profiles kind of sucked, more or less. So I do think most guys have pretty shitty photos. So what are some fashion tips that you would give guys? Like aside from getting a stylist, like where should they start in terms of like at least improving their fashion?
Well, if you want my opinion, the thing is, if you have no idea about fashion, let's put this way, if the guy has really no idea, you should just start with simple clothes. Like just get a black and white shirt, and that's good to start. Trust me, like no funny, I don't know, prints, no funny names, and simple black jeans, and that's a good starter. That's already can get you somewhere. The best, I think, combination, because I think girls like classy style more. Like you can go for like a bad boy guy and stuff, but I think classy wins everything because it's given a bit higher value. So I don't know how it's in America, but here for sure. So if you go just black shirt and black pants, it's already like good starts. Trust me. You will never know.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the top 3 stores that I recommend to my clients, and this is the stores that our stylist usually takes our clients to, is Zara, Express, and H&M. Like you really can't go wrong with those 3 stores. You can find pretty much everything you need.
Yeah, Zara,
Express especially. A lot of our clients wear Express.
Yeah, those are all good. I think like nowadays, I mainly get all my shirts online, and the website I like the most is cutsclothing.com. They do kind of like Crissi said, simple shirts, but they're really good fit. It's like the best fit and the best like just texture I've seen out of like any shirt, aside from like ultra expensive stores. They're about $45 a t-shirt, which is a little pricey, but it's definitely worth it. So yeah, if you don't feel like leaving the house, cutsclothing.com, great website. If you do feel like leaving the house, I think Zara is good. I think H&M is decent. I used to shop there a lot. Hugo Boss is good if you can afford it. It's more expensive though. But if you have money, I would say Hugo Boss is a pretty decent option. What are your thoughts on this, Davey?
Same as Justin. I literally have a checklist that I email to my clients. Hey, check out Zara, Express, H&M. Go to their Instagram pages. Look for models that are similar to you, body type, your physique type, your skin color and stuff. See what complements them very well. Straight through plain clothing, as Crissi stated, black, solid colors, no stripes, no designs. Avoid those. Ideally go for pants, not really often on shorts. Some people can pull it off. And a pair of white shoes and a pair of black shoes. If you're going to do a suit photo, have some nice dress shoes to go with the suit photo.
So here's the next question. This is something that comes up all the time. How do you get natural looking photos?
Movement.
Yeah.
Movement is key. I think the problem with a lot of photographers is they'll have their clients do a particular pose. And, they'll be standing there for like 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, they're like all stiff. So the key to capturing a good photo is movement. I have my clients move around and, do natural things. Like I'll tell them like, hey, pick up the cup of coffee. Okay, walk towards me. Look to the right. Sit down right here. So you tell them exactly what to do. And it's almost like you want to interrupt their pattern, right? It's almost like a pattern interrupt, because the key is to get them out of their head and just in the present moment in their body. And then the photos turn out a lot more natural. I feel like.
For sure. I'll say something like, imagine your grandma getting fucked, and they're like, what? And that snaps them out of their programming.
Right. Got a happy shot.
Crissi, David, do you have anything to add to that?
I make conversation with them, vibe with them a little bit, find out their interests, find out who's your celebrity crush. All right, Christina Aguilera, that's fine. Okay, Christina Aguilera just called you. She said she's down for the threesome with Gwen Stefani, you know, whoever it is, and just
And your grandma.
get them in the moment, get them, you know, just like not even thinking about what they're doing right now. And before they know it, along with Justin, hey, also mess with your collar, mess with your watch, you know, look to your left, look to your right, while I'm also talking to them about their celebrity crush, for example, and stuff. So that just really makes it pop.
Okay, and I want to just sum up everything they said in the way I do it. Like, it's right. They have to change. I make my clients change the pose every 2 seconds, and they're always shocked, like, why so fast? But in this case, you don't have time to think. So I actually tell them what to do, but every 2 seconds. So imagine 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You like, what's going on? And you're like, very fast. But my main rule is that the guy has to keep his hands busy, because I explained to you, if you have your hands doing nothing, you're like not sure what to do overall. So it can be in the pockets, on the jacket, somewhere. The main rule is to keep your hands busy, and you will feel less awkward, because psychologically, when you doing something, you get the confident position, you already feel confident. It's like once your body gets the confident, you get confident in your brain. So if you put your hand somewhere, your brain gets a signal of being confident. It just works like that.
Yeah, no, she's right. There's a study that came out that showed that changing your body language can improve boost your testosterone temporarily by like 30%. You can actually see a physiological change, versus like being like this versus like this.
Yeah.
Like you actually see your testosterone changing. So yeah, for sure. There's definitely something to it. But what about if you have a client who's like in a really bad mood, or they're like super awkward? Like, what do you do in a situation like that? You know, the people that just can't get out of their head.
If it's that bad, sometimes I'll have my clients have a couple drinks before the shoot. So here, drink this glass of wine, or hey, let's take a couple shots just to get them loose.
Yeah.
But that's like kind of last resort. And like a lot of my clients, they'll do social shots. So we'll do the social shots first, and then I'm just trying to get them relaxed, just having a fun time. And typically, this is what I tell all my clients: the first 2 shots, you're going to be a little bit tense. You're going to feel a little nervous. But then after the second shot, we get into this flow state where everything just kind of happens so naturally. And so most of the guys that work with me, after about the second or third look, we're flowing. And then we have this synergy going on where it's like this synchronicity where, everything that I want them to do, they do it naturally, because we have like this, this, I guess you could say, synchronicity going on. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm sure you guys.
I know what you're talking about. I think also the key is taking a lot of photos. Like you guys all take thousands of photos per photo shoot, I assume, right?
I take about 4,000 to 5,000 photos.
Yeah.
So just rapid fire.
How many do you do, Crissi, like a photo shoot? How many photos will you take total?
Well, I don't do 5,000. Usually it's 800 photos, but trust me, that's enough for me.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. So, and out of those 800, you'll pick like what, 5 or 6 really good ones?
So 800, I size down to 200, and then from this 200, I'll choose 15.
Okay.
15 total.
15. That's still a lot. But yeah, the point is, like, at least you need hundreds of photos, right? I think guys quite often they'll take like 5 photos and they'll be like, okay, what can we do in terms of my Tinder profile? Like from my side, because I see this from a different angle. I see the guys who come after the photo shoot, but they're still trying to set up their profile. I'll be like, hey, here are the photos I have. Let's set up a profile. They give me like 12 choices. I'm like, oh my God, we're so limited. But if a guy can give me like 200 choices, there's a very high chance I can put together a good profile for him. So a lot of it is also just like going through the volume. It's just like click.
Gotta be trigger happy. Just rapid fire.
Yeah, you can get them really fast. Here's some interesting questions really quick. I'm gonna bring this up. Is it positive, negative, or neutral for a Polish chick to see a guy that is from America?
It is probably possible, good thing, because a lot of girls here probably want to move abroad. So when they see someone new, I think it's in every culture. When you see someone exotic, you're like, oh, it's interesting. So you want to go for it.
What is the optimal aperture for this? What is the preferred focal length? Okay, we got some technical questions. Minimize ISO and just see the shutter speed that isn't blurry, correct?
Yeah, I shoot at f1.8. So I have an f1.8 85 millimeter lens. And for the most part, I like to shoot all the way down at f1.8. Sometimes if it's really sunny outside, I'll crank it up a little bit to 3.5 or 4, and then just boost the shutter speed like as high as I can. But if the lighting is in good condition, I usually shoot at f1.8.
Yeah.
Davey Crissi?
Yeah, well, the lens that I utilize is a 2.8 aperture f, and it is a 23 to 70 millimeter, so I'm able to get a variety of focal lengths on you. Justin shared valuable advice with me, so I keep ISO shutter speed within proper range for it to always be at 0 or a negative 0.3, for example. That way I can work with the brightness on photo editing later.
Crissi?
Yeah, me, I use 1.4 because Poland is pretty dark with all these rains and clouds. So
Where do you even find a 1.4 lens? I've never even seen those.
Amazon.
I mean, everywhere.
Yeah.
The lowest I've seen is 1.8. I've never seen a 1.4. Okay,
It's
that's
pretty
interesting.
popular.
Yeah.
But they're
So
just much more expensive, like twice.
Like, how much does a 1.4 lens cost?
Right now, I don't know. It depends on the company, depends on the size, like, and stuff.
I would say average around, like, for a good one, $700 to $800 for a pretty good lens. Like
that's actually not too terrible.
No, I think it's more like 1K I paid.
Yeah, that's I thought it was gonna be over 1,000 for.
Yeah, low tier is 400, mid tier is 1,200, and upper tier is close to 2K.
Most guys shooting Tinder photos, don't need to buy a $2,000 lens. Like, I have a 16 by 35 that I spent $2,000 on, but like, that's just overkill. It's not going to make that big of a difference in quality going from like a $1,000 lens to a $3,000 lens.
Oh my God, I can't take a photo because my aperture is a little too low on my camera. I gotta order a new one. Yeah, I know. Here's an interesting question. Also, should one bother taking photos in winter or somewhere outdoors? So we're assuming that this is not in a place like Miami where every day is summer. We're assuming it's a place like New York or Poland. So what are your thoughts on this, guys and girls?
I live in St. Pete, so it's kind of like Miami weather, stays warm all year round.
Yeah, I live in Miami.
Here it's pretty cold.
So what are your thoughts on that, Crissi? Should guys bother taking photos in winter, or should it only summer, spring thing?
Well, for me, I have fully booked schedule in winter as well, so I guess it's worth it. But it also depends. Like, for example, sometimes we have snow, so it looks very interesting. Also in winter, here, for example, it's less sunny, and I personally think when it's less sunny, your face looks better in terms of light. So I usually don't mind go with clients in winter, but it also depends because when it's really cold, you can't pose very easily, So it's like, are you ready for it? If you want results like this winter, yes, you go for it. If you can wait till summer, then you wait. But it really depends on the guys. Yeah,
on Tinder, you need that I'm freezing my ass off look. That's really, the girls love that.
Yeah.
What is the minimum?
So sorry to interrupt. I just saw some guys from Florida. They took some photos here in winter. Just they can go back and be like, "Oh, I've been somewhere exotic where it's cold."
That's that's commitment right there. What is the minimum amount of hours to book a photographer to be able to get actually any good pics at all? That's also, this guy is asking some good questions.
So my photo shoots typically last anywhere between 2 to 4 hours. And the cool thing about coming to St. Pete is we have access to like everything, and everything is pretty much walking distance away. So instead of driving 30 minutes to get to like an airport to do like a private jet shot, we literally have an airport walking distance from like where we shoot. So we have like yachts, jets, restaurants, you name it, we have it. So if you live in a nice part of town and you have everything super close by, that's definitely a huge, huge pro.
Is a yacht new for you? Is that something you started doing recently?
Oh, we've been offering the yacht photos.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we call it the harbor shot.
Okay, gotcha.
It's not actually on the yacht, but it's in front of the yacht. But I mean, if they want to do like a on the yacht photo, like we can make that happen. It just depends.
Yeah.
What they want.
Yeah. I think also like sometimes like the whole like renting a Lamborghini thing. I don't know. I feel like that's like complete overkill and unnecessary. Remember that guy? Yeah.
Yeah. If it's not authentic, like if you don't drive a Lamborghini or you've never driven a Lamborghini before, well, then you don't want to take photos with a Lamborghini. Because like
I think it also looks like really try hard if you're like posing in front of a Lamborghini. Like I'd rather have a guy do a photo with him like playing guitar or like playing with a dog.
You know what's funny too is like the guys that drive the Lambos or like the really nice cars. Most of them never want to do a photo. Well, not all of them, but some of them don't want to do photos with their car, even though they have this really nice car. Because like
generally speaking,
that have that kind of money, they don't like to flex.
Yeah. it comes down to how, like, when that person made their money. So the people who are really new rich, like Fresh and Fit or someone like that, they're like trying to flex, right? But like the people who've been rich for like several years, or like they were born rich, like they're typically not trying to convince you to have money because they don't want people to like them for their money. So you can actually kind of tell how long someone's been rich for by how hard they're trying to flex.
Yeah,
like it's
if
only the
somebody
new
talks
rich.
about their money, you know they don't have much money.
Yeah, it's only the new rich that try to flex, or people who are not even rich. Like people like the Vanderbilts and like the fucking Getty family. You think they're like, oh, I have so much money. Like those people, generally speaking, want to be more low key about that. But let me flip this question to Davey and Crissi.
Yeah, so with me, generally, a shoot will be anywhere from 3 to 5 hours, somewhere in the middle. The reason being is, yes, I take close to 5,000 photos of you. However, I will have you practicing repeatedly 3 to 4 sessions per location that we are at, and really getting it down, which also helps the client go from never doing a photo shoot before to actually feeling like, oh, okay, this is a bit familiar. And as we progress, the client gets better and better in terms of being receptive to the list of commands that I'm giving him in terms of, like, how to pose, how to make the right facial expression, etc. Every spot that I take a client to, I want to leave that spot knowing I got at least 5 to 15 really solid option picks for each scenario. So that way we make use of every single outfit change, which ideally is going to be 6 outfits and each location. So from here, me living in Miami, Brickell specifically with Alex, I'm able to walk to any restaurant, Oceanside. Justin's come down here and seen that I have well over a dozen different locations, bar settings, rooftops, you name it, that we progressively shoot at, and a variety of options, including the trusty Rhaegar for the Husky photos. I have a motorcycle now for clients that can want to do motorcycle shots, guitars. I have a lot of props for clients as well. So all in all, I narrow it down about 200-ish photos, and I usually, with the package, give all the photos to the clients free of charge, on top of having Alex access to helping narrow them down. So yeah, about 3 to 5 solid hours, just to answer the question.
We can't wait until like a big newspaper does an article that's like, meet the Husky that's in every single guy's Tinder profile. Until Gregor gets to that point where girls start like talking to each other. Hey, wait, did you see that? It looks like it's the same dog. Well, why is this dog in literally every single fucking dude's photos? What about for you, Chris? How long does a photo shoot for you generally take?
Okay, so my answer will be completely different from the guys' ones, because my photo shoots are around 1 hour, and there is obviously a bigger package, but like the standard one is 1 hour because I work very fast. So for 1 hour, I get 15 shots, like, for sure. And basically we can do like 2 activities. So a bit of street, we can go to bar, and maybe, I don't know, cigar lounge, whatever. So I do 30 minutes per activity. So for example, 1 hour we can do 2 activities, and I do 3 outfits. But of course I have a bigger one, which I do like 5 hours, but there we do like, I don't know, private plane, we can do helicopters and stuff like the guys do. But it's only for like those who need like 100 pictures edited, and then we plan it into the feed. So I help guys to make the feeds as well. But I believe that within 1 hour for the first try, first time, you can get some good photos. At least I can get. I don't know about the guys, but for me it's easy.
You're kind of limited though, like the amount of photos you can use on Tinder is limited by the outfit changes, because you can't really, like, I mean, you could, I guess, but it's not optimal to use 2 photos of you wearing the same outfit. So if it's like, if there's 2 outfit changes, then you have ultimately three outfit changes. So you have 3 photos for Tinder. If you have 6, then you have 6, assuming that it goes well with every outfit. But yeah, the outfit changes are definitely important. All right, we'll do a few more questions, then we'll get into the case studies. Best photo editing computer programs or apps like Photoshop, not FaceApp, to get the best boost in photo quality with the least skill need to be learned using it. Okay, good question.
For me, Lightroom. So all the editing that I do is through Lightroom. So there's Lightroom desktop, and then there's Lightroom mobile. The cool thing about Lightroom mobile is you can import presets into the app, and then all you have to do is pull up the photo and then just apply the preset, and that's going to do a majority of the work. Obviously, you have to edit, the lighting, the shadows, and all that kind of stuff. But if you just apply a preset, that's going to go a long way. So I always recommend Lightroom for doing, for doing editing.
Oh, thanks for regaling us with your presence, Davey. Lightroom. Okay, what about you, Crissi and David? Which programs? Lightroom? That seems to be the popular one. Yeah, I like FaceApp though. I don't know. I just fucking think
FaceApp is good too.
Takes care of most issues,
but not too much FaceApp. You know, some guys overdo
too much,
FaceApp where it's like,
that's true.
you know, it looks fake. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
You don't want to look like a cartoon character. That is true.
No.
Playing with fire. I always get better pics when I'm taking a video of myself doing stuff and then taking screenshots at good moments. What's everyone's thoughts on that? It's a good question. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
If it was a really high quality camera, maybe you could get away with it. But, you know, I would say stick to the photos. It's going to be higher quality. And you don't want it to look, you know, you don't want it to look low quality.
But why do you think he's having, like, my guess is that the reason for this is because in his photos are coming out posed because he's not able to take photos that are natural. So when he does a video, there's more to pick from that he can take a shot where he looks natural. That's the only thing.
No, I think that's good. I mean, it just depends on what he looks like, right? Like if we had an example of like, what do you think about this photo? This is a screenshot that I took on a video. You know, like if we could actually see what it looks like, then we'd be able to tell you, you know.
Yeah, guys, make sure you stay on. There's gonna be multiple portions to this. We're gonna do some case studies in a second, and then we'll open up a panel and you come on and like actually show the photographers your photos and get real life feedback from everyone. Okay, so here's another interesting question. What are good tips on getting good compositions and doing self-portraits by yourself? My opinion is that don't try to do photos by yourself, but I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say.
Take a lot of them.
Well, no, but do you agree? Do you think that you can pull off good photos by yourself, or you think you really need someone?
No, yeah, you can. Who's the short guy we just did the YouTube video on? Majority of his photos were by himself, and he gets adequate matches, right?
Were they by himself?
That's what he said. He said he did his own photos. He just laid his camera down, set the timer, and just.
He is a professional photographer, though. It is different.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing. I don't know. I've never seen like a case of someone who did like the time when he took photos of themselves where the photos came out like really good.
Yeah,
even just using like your friend, like even your mom is going to be better than you doing by yourself.
I've done that a couple times. So me and my girlfriend took a picture. We were like sitting in a hot tub in Puerto Rico, and I set my camera like right on the edge of the hot tub, set the timer for 10 seconds, and it took us like 15 minutes to get one really good shot, you know. And I shoot thousands of photos, you know, every day. So I would say, you know, if you're not a professional, I wouldn't recommend it. Plus I think a lot of guys can't really tell what a good photo looks like.
No, that's true.
You know, and because a lot of guys will say, hey, what do you think about this photo? They're in love with it. They think it's great. But we look at it and we're like, yikes, I hope you would never post that. And a lot of guys think the photos are good.
Yeah. The majority of times when someone says they have a good profile is they don't actually have a good profile. It's like, I would say 80 to 90% of the time. Yeah, I guess it's yeah, because for me it's like pretty easy because I know what I'm looking for. So if I have like Davey take my photos or whatever, or not Davey, let's say someone who like who doesn't know what they're doing, like my mom or someone like that, I can like give her guidance. I'd be like, okay, wait, go over there, do this angle, you know, move the phone this way, and then I'll be like, you know, I'll look at the photos. I'll be like, okay, we need to make this adjustment because the light is here. But yeah, if you don't know what you're looking for, it's fucking tough.
Exactly.
All right, so let's we'll get back to the questions in a little bit. Let's I guess break out the case studies. So who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Cool, let's do it.
Now I don't have these screenshots in any particular order, so I'm gonna have to sift through them. Okay. Let's see. How do I share my screen here?
Just there's a % button at the bottom.
Is it? Okay. Okay. So this is a client that I worked with. Now I have dozens of
we can't see the person.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so this was a client that I worked with.
Justin, we still can't see.
You still can't see?
No.
Really? Hold on a second. Oh shoot. Here we go.
There
my
we
first
go.
time doing this. So
there we go.
Yeah, so this is a client that I worked with. We took his photos about 2 months ago, or maybe about a month ago. And so these were the photos that were on his profile. You know, as you can see, like he's a pretty good average looking guy. You know, he's not like a Chad, you know, he's not unattractive, but he's your average guy, Indian guy. And before we took his photos, he was getting 5 matches a week. After we took his photos and he put the photos in the dating profile, he was getting 50 matches a week. So it was a 10x increase in the amount of matches. Now let me see if I can pull up some more photos here.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
try.
so there was one. Here's another one. You know, it looks like there's a muscular baby in the background. Yeah. Like,
because bitches be loving muscular babies.
here we go. This was like a selfie photo. I mean, this is very common on dating profiles. A lot of guys post selfie photos, which I do not recommend. I think if a girl asks you for a selfie, then send her a selfie, but don't ever put a selfie on a dating profile.
Oh, I actually know this guy. He did a quick coaching call with me to like sift out through the photos. Yeah, I remember him.
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is one of the photos we took. This was actually a DJ shot.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good photo. I think there was a couple other ones that I probably would have picked over this one, but I think that's not a bad shot.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we get an idea of the before photos. Let's take a look at the after ones.
Okay. So that was before. Let's see. Okay. So this was after, right? As you can see, he's the quality of the photo is way better. You know, the facial expression's on point. He looks comfortable. He looks confident. You know, his shoulders look nice and wide. The lighting's good. So, and the other thing that you'll notice is look at the angle of his face. You know, what a lot of guys will do is they'll take pictures where they're face on with the camera, and this is going to make you look more flat. You want to create depth. So by moving your head to an angle like that, it's going to create a little bit more depth, and it also accentuates the jawline. Because women, when they see like a chiseled jawline, like a solid jawline, that's actually a key indicator of like higher testosterone in men, especially a wide jaw, like a wide jaw, square chin. Those are key components to higher testosterone. So when I'm editing photos, I like to chisel out the jawline just a little bit, but not like too much, you know, because it's all about the subtlety.
And you'll do that in Lightroom?
Yeah, I do that in Lightroom.
Oh.
Sometimes I'll face app, but sometimes face app can overdo it. But I try to keep the photos as authentic as possible.
Gotcha. Okay.
This, I didn't take this. This was a dog photo.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this was also before photo. Yeah, we're kind of all over the place here. But, you know, I actually texted him this today. So I asked him how many matches he was getting before. He said 5 a week. Now he said 50 a week, but then it slowed down. So now he's getting about 25. So at the minimum, it's a 5x increase in, you know, the amount of matches he's been receiving. And on top of that, like, so this guy, the day that so we took the photos on a Saturday, I sent him a couple of photos that night. He texted me the next morning and he said he already had 2 dates lined up in St. Pete. So it was like immediate results. And a lot of these guys, you know, it'll be an immediate result. Like they'll be struggling. They won't have very many matches. They put in the photos and boom, you know, 25, 30, 35 matches. Like it just keeps adding up. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Now, like I said, there's more screenshots of text messages. And if you look on my IG, Jay Harder Photo, you'll see there's actually a post where I posted some screenshots and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the video that I released today was pretty good. You got to see the girl that he was able to basically hook up with 2 screenshots. That was pretty fun. All right, let's move on to I guess let's do you next, David, and then we'll go to Crissi.
So just click leave studio or no, stop screen.
I'll take care of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, QB. Appreciate you, man.
Here, go ahead and let Crissi go. I have to enable permissions on my MacBook.
Okay, Crissi.
Okay, hopefully I can do this as well. Let me check. Oh my god, I have to do the same.
No rush. We'll just answer some questions in the meantime. Okay, this is an interesting one. Okay, there's Davey.
Yeah, sorry for that. It makes you restart when you enable permissions.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, sure. Let's see.
Okay. Crissi needs a little time to get, so let's go with you.
Okay.
Where's Justin based? He's based in Florida. He's St. Petersburg, Florida.
I'm considering making a trip out of Chicago, though.
Yep. So here's one.
I noticed he asked that.
Yeah, here's one client that I had worked with. He was wondering why he wasn't getting much in terms of results, stuff like that. Typical 6.0 bio, power lifter. One of his photos he did have was a selfie, which is this. And of course, you can tell from numerous amounts.
It's almost like he's trolling to see how bad a profile he can make it, but he's not.
No, yeah. And so, yeah, you can see from a variety of reasons here, one of which, a bad angle of the hairline, bad facial expression, poor lighting. There's actually streaks on the mirror there, so that's not very hygienic right there. So there's a variety of other issues right here.
What, you don't like the jizz stain on my mirror? Okay,
Yeah.
let's look at it after.
Yeah.
That's a
Before and after.
It's a much better photo. What are some other photos you have of him?
At this time, I'm trying to hook up my hard drive, so I'm not really prepared for it.
Do you have them on your Instagram?
Nope, not right now. I don't.
Damn,
I
killing me.
have a whole backlog of stuff I got to add to the portfolio that I have not gotten to yet.
What were the difference in this guy's results?
As results, he went from getting 1 match a week to getting almost 6 or 8 the last time I talked to him weekly basis. So he was able to attain much more in terms of dates and stuff.
So 6 8x, still 6 to 8 per app.
I don't know. I think in total for mix of the apps.
Okay, it's improvement. I think there's definitely still more room for improvement with this guy, but I need to see the other photos.
Yeah.
But yeah, these two, there's definitely a big difference, and you're just looking at these two, just how attractive he looks. Is this face apped or no?
No, actually, I didn't have to do any face apping. All I did was do Lightroom editing, and I used an auto filter, so that was it.
Okay, wow, okay, yeah. If you face app that can be even better. All right, let's move on to Crissi.
Guys, I need to know how to do the permissions. I have no idea.
Yeah, so you would just go under present, and then you just share screen.
Yeah, but I need to make accessibility in my laptop.
Crissi, do you have some stuff on your Instagram? Because I could just share it on my end.
No, I prepared specially for this today.
Yeah, it's go to settings. Here, my tech guy's going to walk you through it.
Okay.
So go to settings.
Like system preference. Mm-hmm.
Damn, Apple users. Davey, how did you do it? Just walk her through how you did.
Yeah.
You click on share, and it gives you the option. Are you using Chrome or Firefox?
Chrome.
Chrome? Okay, yeah. So if you click share it, for me, it popped up the option enable settings.
And I need to find it in system preference.
Oh, okay, yeah. So click top right. Are you on a Mac?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, click top right, click your battery icon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and then go to settings and then type in, what is it? System accessibility. System service.
Okay.
Any questions we can answer in the meantime?
Yeah, look, Alex, and use Linux. Fortunately, I am using
type in share screen. Here, I'm going to show you on my screen.
I mean, I can send you on Instagram, Alex, if you want.
Sure.
Would that work or?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, let me just quickly then share on the Instagram, and
yep.
I think that will be easier.
Okay, let's do that.
Just give me a second.
Oh, what my Instagram? Well, let me see DMs on my computer. Can you see DMs on when you're using a computer Instagram? Yeah, I can. You're okay. I'm good.
Okay, let me just 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, found you.
All right, I got it pulled up.
Okay, I'm sending you.
Okay.
Hopefully my clients will not be sad I'm revealing their old photos. So please don't kill me if you're watching this.
It's better to ask forgiveness than permission, as they say.
It's sending.
Cool. I guess everyone can see my little combos that I got going on.
Oh no,
Okay.
you cannot see it.
What's the issue?
Like, use the latest app and stuff. You cannot see it. I just sent to you. See the new message?
It says use latest app, use the latest version of Instagram to see this type of message.
Wait, I have a better idea. Give me a second.
You can email them to me, or Davey can walk you through.
Yes, I will just have a better idea. 1 second. Sorry about that.
You guys are killing me.
Very prepared people. Okay.
Tell the video should be changed. How to share photos on Mac.
Okay, yeah.
I worked with Justin. He's a legit photographer.
Thanks, Caleb.
All you
Appreciate
do
it,
is
man.
share screen.
We will link everyone's Instagrams. I promise.
You have it, Chris?
Show all the Russian chads in your DMs, Crissi.
Sure.
Okay.
I am Russian Chad.
Did you figure it
Anything
out?
else?
Yeah, Crissi, did you figure it out on your end, or?
Yes, I'm sending you the link right now. I'll just send you a link to the drive and you can just open there.
Okay, perfect.
So we'll do. It's like 1 second left to upload.
Jason Love, yeah, I'm trying to get him on the podcast. Is this an open panel? It will be in a little bit. Are you posting the link? Yeah, I will in a second. Be patient, my young Padawans. Okay, let me see if there's anything that came through. Nope, I don't have a link yet.
Yeah, 1 second.
How does Justin feel about Alex's black t-shirt photo using all his thumbnails becoming so infamous? LOL.
Man, that's a great photo.
That's a good
I
photo.
love it. Yeah. It does feel good to see that photo on like all your thumbnails.
I know, right?
It's like, wow, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. That photo, you can vouch for this. That photo came out good. Like, it was good without. Do you have the unedited version of that photo by chance?
Yeah,
still?
I still have the raw photo of that. Yeah.
Oh, can you email it to me? Because people
Yeah.
are saying like that photo is only good because of FaceApp. But that photo was good. Like, without.
It was good before FaceApp.
Yeah.
I mean, FaceApp just took it to the next level, but it was already a solid photo.
Yeah, dude. If you could send that to me, I would love to
Yeah.
post that too.
I'll send that to you. Yeah, I'll send that to you tonight.
Okay. Playing with fire online games pretty much lost cause for me, disabled, but it is worth getting good photos for Instagram for people I meet in real life. But is it worth getting good photos for Instagram? Well, I mean, I would say like if you're meeting people in real life, then you don't really need photos, right? Because they know you in real life and they know what you look like. So maybe I'm not understanding the question, but I would be focusing on photos for meeting people online. I wouldn't be using it for like real life meeting people because then they know what they look like. I don't know.
So it says disabled, so his account got shut down.
What do you mean?
What it means. Maybe
No, he's talking about how he's disabled.
Oh, disabled. Okay, I see.
I sent the link.
Okay. Let's take a look. All right, there we go. Dropbox. I'm going to share the screen. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so you can see my screen, right?
I just prepared some before after just for you to show the body language and that fashion that we fixed in all these photos. So this photo, for example, was taken by some professional photographer from what I know. And you can just see the body language is a bit weird on the first photo. Like the leg is a bit weird. It's like I'm shy guy saying the head, you look straight in the camera. And yeah, it's just kind of awkward to me. Like as a girl would never like it. In the second photo, you can see he's like confident, has a great fashion. So yeah, there's massive difference, trust me.
Also, it looks like his fly is partially down in the first photo.
Yeah, like I
It's
don't
a
know.
great
For me,
photographer right there.
his leg is going a leg. When he put his leg this way, it's like he's shy for me.
Yeah. That's definitely better. And I can see the background. You got the blurred effect shooting with that like 1.1 fucking camera.
1.4.
1.4.
What
Yeah.
0.04 camera.
Blurry background.
Is this with Face App or without Face App? The final one.
This without.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. That is a massive difference. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. So okay. Yeah.
So here you can see typical photos that guys put on their Tinder, like with some friends, and then you can see which pretty charming you can make. So yeah, the smile is great. The background.
Yeah, the funny thing is this guy's actually quite good looking, but in that photo with his friend, he has like the double chin. He looks like he's like a creepy professor. So like you can be good looking and still get like shit photos.
Yeah, it's a terrible photo.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah. I like this one. Yeah, and this one he looks like he's like a gay dude that like lives in your basement or something. Like he's like
he's got an attitude or something.
He's like a golem, you know. He's like Golem from Lord of the Rings. My precious. Versus in this one, he actually looks like a real man. That's a massive difference. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I had better examples, but unfortunately, my Instagram got deleted, the previous one, so I couldn't collect the old photos. But here we go with the new results.
I was going to say, notice the angle of the picture on the right. See, I was like, she shot from a lower angle. It makes him look a lot more masculine. A lot.
As well.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas the first picture on the left, it's kind of shot at eye level, maybe even slightly down. So it's amazing, like what different camera angles can do to photos.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, here we have a relatively unattractive guy. So first one, he looks like he's about to fix your computer.
He's a good guy and stuff, I would say. Was my impression.
Nice guy.
Second one is definitely a lot better. Especially, I would crop like some of the space above his head before putting on Tinder. But yeah, definitely big difference there. Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's see some more. Okay, we got a Indian gentleman. So walk us through this.
I mean, the guy is actually posing very well, and I think he got really great result after this. Like he literally looks like a professional model on this photos. I told him to go to model agency after this. So like probably a lot of girls wouldn't look on the first photo because like just some Indian guy, you know, like why would I go? But on the second one, you're like, whoa, he's like a model, you know, like.
I don't like the second photo because it looks just way too like try hard.
Yes.
The third photo is definitely a lot better.
This is more like just we did modeling photos because he also wanted to do modeling, like from what we talked. So why not to get something like this as well? But for Tinder, it would be too much. The Tinder is more simple photos.
Let's see. Okay. This guy looks like he hasn't eaten food in 3 months and he's getting every calorie he can out of that drink. The second one, definitely better. This one you went a lot closer. Why did you go much closer with this guy than typically with the other ones?
You mean more portrait or like?
Yeah, it's like more portrait. It's like typically like compared to the other ones, you're like the camera's closer to him. It's more zoomed in.
No, I did portraits. I just showed you samples of just some photos, but I always do portrait and yeah.
Okay. And then I think there's one more. Okay. Yeah. Definitely enough said. And then last one. Oh yeah, that's a big ass difference. That's a humongous difference. That's one of the biggest. It like in the first one, Lilia looks like he's either dating that animal or he's trying to sell that animal. It's like one or the other. Hi, meet my girl.
I thought he was dating.
Hi, meet my girlfriend. She doesn't talk much, but she's really good. Versus the second one, he looks like a fucking like a guy who like fucks girls and lives life and shit. Yeah, totally different. This is the same person. Almost looks like a different person, honestly.
It is the same person.
That's the power of so fashion, definitely different haircut. He shaved that like pedo mustache that he had. Yeah, wow, that's a massive transformation. And this is without Face App on the right.
This probably with. I don't remember.
Okay. But damn, that is a massive fucking transformation. One of these will get no matches. One of these will get a shitload of matches. You should have done some photo shoots with him on the farm, like him like riding this like fucking weird goat like creature, or I don't even know what that is. All right, cool. So those are the case studies. I guess let's do a little bit more Q&A, and then let's just break down people's profiles.
Real quick, I got my hard drive hooked up. I can throw real fast onto case studies.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that because we didn't really get to go through yours.
I could also show my Instagram as well. I got a lot of before and after photos.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So present, go.
My favorite part about this channel is Alex knowing nothing about it. That is true. I do not know anything about that goat-like creature. I'm not. Oh, that's an alpaca. Yeah. Okay. Oh man, I thought those were like native to like Central America and South America. I didn't know you could get those in Europe. Maybe in like Kazakhstan or something. Playing with fire. How can I share Tinder photos to rate? I'll give the instructions in a little bit. Just give me a second. Let's go through this. Okay.
All right. So here's one case study here. So you can see right here, not so good. Body posture, clothing's meh. Facial expressions meh. Background is super dope though. That's really, really cool. But here, high value, more on the value side. Chilling, laptop, just relaxing. Let's see here. Here's another one. So the guy on the left, he actually had paid a lot of money for a previous photographer to do his photo shoot, and he wound up not getting the actual results. And this is one of the photos the photographer took of him. So on the right is the photo shoot he did with me, which was at a fraction of the cost, and already you can tell a significant improvement. And this is I don't know how to describe it. This does have a bit of Face App on it, but it's like a 1 out of 5 because what Alex and I like to use are the presets. So we usually use a handsome number 2, but I use the handsome number 1, meaning
Baby, you're giving away our secrets. I'm just kidding. It's okay.
Yeah. And so I use the lightest amount of editing on this one right here. So that one is there. Let's see here. So a previous client I just did a photo shoot of. This is his Tinder profile layout right here. I don't know if he did a photo shoot. Yeah, actually he did. He said he found a guy locally for him that did his photo shoot.
Oh shit, it's crazy how many of these guys I wound up coaching later on. I just did a session with this guy like a week or 2 ago.
Yeah. And then after doing a shoot with him, this is a walking shot while having him button and unbutton, bringing it back to being in movement. And then lastly, we have the chilling shot right here, which I
prefer the chilling shot over the buttoning up.
Yeah. So his hands are in a neutral position. He's more, laxed. It's more natural. And it just turned out to be a really, really dope shot in terms of just everything aligning well. So, yeah, this one, I don't believe – I think this is the unedited one you requested me. So I didn't really do much editing to. So, yeah, the lighting was just on point and everything about it was really good.
Yeah, lighting, angle, camera can make such a massive difference in how good you look. Okay, so – here's also a question for you, Justin. How was your photo shoot experience with Austin Dunham and FitFX?
Yeah, Austin Dunham was a really cool dude. I really enjoyed work. Both guys were super cool. Austin, of course, very confident. He's a very, very good looking dude. So, it's funny. Like some guys I work with, I'm not going to name any names, but there's been some guys that I've worked with where it's like, okay, you look nothing like the photos or you look nothing like the videos I've seen. But Austin and FitX, they both look like their pictures and video. They're both really cool dudes. And yeah, it was a fun time.
Nice. Yeah, I like Austin. FitFX, kind of lost respect for him after he flaked on the podcast, but it is what it is. Do these pro photos can get me stunners for real or just secret fatties? They can get you attractive girls. Yeah. No secret fatties for you, sir. Okay. See, like I think like some people are overthinking it. The exception is that having pro photographers education and wealth. Girls aren't logical. They're not sitting there thinking like, oh, he has a professional photographer. That means that he probably has money. They're going with their vibe. And if a photo feels good, like the guy looks good, the vibe is good, looks natural, the girls are just swiping right. They're not thinking about like super logically, like, what does this say about his income status? Like that's just not really what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think let me see what other having a professional. Okay, so let's quickly disprove this. Having professional photos suggest desperation is suboptimal. Okay, so I have my response to that, but let's hear your guys. What would you say to response to that?
You don't want to make it look like it was all the photos look professional. You know what I'm saying? And so the key to capturing a good photo, like we were talking about earlier, is to have it look very candid and natural. So yeah, it's going to be pro quality. And here's the other thing is that you don't want to have, like, let's say on Bumble and Hinge, you don't want to have 6 professional photos, right? I always recommend putting in, 1 or 2 like cell phone photos to kind of balance it out. But yeah, I mean, if the photographer knows what they're doing, the photos should not look too professional. It should look like, the shots look very natural and not staged.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, you don't want your photos to look too similar either. Similar background, similar, like similar angles, similar lighting, like similar, just mainly to the background though. And also the similar clothing. Like you want it to be drastically different environments, different vibes, more of a dim lit vibe versus a bright lit vibe, just a diversification of your photos.
If you're someone who thinks that getting a solid professional photo shoot is going to hurt your dating results, then you have close to zero dating experience, if any, and you're living in a weird fantasy world that's not based on experience. Like I've never heard anyone be like, these professional photos I got with this photographer that was really good actually set my dating results back. Like it just have never once happened.
Anyway. Yeah, if you look at my page, there's hundreds of like testimonials from guys that have professional photos that have gotten really good results.
How much demand do they see for this service, photography specific for dating apps? Basically, how much are people for this ones? I personally think there's massive demand for this, but what do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree.
There's a huge demand.
I have I don't know, 3 clients per day usually. So just for you to understand, once people understand how powerful it is, they just like going crazy about it because it works. Like there's no other words.
Well, there's a statistic that says that 80% of men on dating apps are seen as unattractive by women. So that's 80% of guys out there are viewed as unattractive. So that means 80% of the population, 80% of men on dating apps need to have a professional photographer. So I think that the demand is really huge.
Yeah, for sure. It helps girls too. When I had my photos done, it changed my response. I got drastically. Yeah, didn't you do her photos?
I did. Yeah, that was back when I first got started. So that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
Not a lot of pro photographers in Seattle are under 1,100 tips. I think you'll have to travel to one of these guys and girls. I don't know. Yeah. I personally don't know anyone in Seattle. Yeah, I think sometimes you will have to travel for photos.
Yeah, I've had guys fly from Seattle to St. Pete to do the photo shoot.
And I'm sure that my Tinder profile will be very interesting for us to raise, especially for Crissi, because I'm in Poland. Okay, let's we can crack into that. So I'm gonna drop the link. You can come on and share your Tinder profile. I guess this is open to anyone. You have to have your camera on for me to bring you on. And please have any personal information that you don't want seen to be already blurred out, because I'm not going to go back and oh my god, we have so many trolls. I can't go back and like edit things after that. So if there's something that you want blurred out, make sure it's already blurred out, please. Okay, cool. So here's the link. Jump on. Alex, can you explain what happened with the FitFX? There's really not much to explain. He was supposed to come on, and then like the day before, he was like, "Oh man, I was looking at your content. You made fun of Fresh and Fit, and like I'm actually cool with them, and I don't want to like cause any issues with them. So I just like I can't take the risk." I was like, "All right, bro." Yeah, I think we'll have to do. We're not even going to be able to bring people on. We just have to do like people email them. There's just too many fucking losers who have no lives. And you know what's funny is that like it's never like a video of like someone having sex or like anything like that. It's always a guy jerking off. Like I think it's pretty sus if you're gonna porn bomb a channel and all you can do is show a fucking video of someone jerking off. Like at least have a sex tape or like a fucking some big titties. Nope, it's gotta be a dude jerking off. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna restart. We're gonna restart the stream. So yeah, so I'm gonna send all you guys the link, and we'll be back in like I don't know a minute. So Justin, Crissi, David, watch out for the link, and
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna restart, guys.